express that and explore that is because of how uh, dangerous and how like harmful homophobia is within male communities, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you go out and kiss a guy, you might get fucking jumped, right? Like if you kiss a guy on the street. Now, this isn't to say it's
Yeah, because I know it gave you. I tell people when you go to these conventions, it gives you confirmation of how far you have grown in your career. By
Yes.
seeing fans, and also, I'm pretty sure you had a bunch of the top talent that you haven't shot with say, "We seen your video."
Yes. I've had people who come up.
You can make money off of it.
But see, the thing about it is, okay, let's just keep it 100. The girls nowadays don't give a fuck about the money; they want to go buy.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, people want to go.
So it's kind of like the girl. A lot of the girls that don't show their face with the feet, it ain't because they make more money with the feet. Back to where you're not doing the content how you're shooting content, but you're not shooting with everybody that got their mama. Now it done kind of the circle done closed up a little bit to make yourself. Yes. Now, give me 1 second. I gotta get something from the door.
No problem.
See, at the same time the show started, smokers, we had to get something from
That's how it works.
it's always that and everything. So, how you doing tonight, gorgeous?
Oh, I am fabulous. Been looking forward to this. So excited to be here.
Oh yes, I was looking forward to it too because I see you and Sammy are real good friends.
Yes. Oh my God. She is the best. Like, I absolutely love her to my core. So yes, I love spending time with her.
Yeah, because I see that y'all like webcam together a lot.
Yes. Yeah, we do that often. We try to keep a schedule. So like every other week we get together and we message each other every day, but doing those lives is every other week and it's so fun.
Oh yeah, because shoot, I ain't even gonna front as a man that used to be in the business. Lord knows I would have loved to film with y'all too, because you look like y'all would be a wonderful tag team.
We're a good fucking time.
Oh my goodness. So, how does it feel to be considered a hot wife?
I mean, I've been in the lifestyle since 2009. So there is, I feel like, an ever ongoing journey and things fluctuate, things change. I love like being considered a hot wife. I feel like the lifestyle has it's just been amazing. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, I freaking love it. It is perfect for me and my husband, and I love to please and I love to show off, so it's awesome.
I wish more ladies lived in this state that was in a lifestyle like her. Because, yeah, she is a hot wife. There's no question about that.
Yes. I'm a busy hot wife.
So, if we will start here. Tell me the conversation that led to y'all getting into swinging.
Sure. So, I mean, it was definitely like it was a surprise. So, I had no idea even about the lifestyle. I had no idea any of this like world existed. So, 2009, I get married to my husband. We are high school sweethearts, like we have like the whole sweet love story. And a few months into being married, all of a sudden, he like springs this on me. He's like, so this is kind of like awkward to say, but I want to see you with another man. And I'm like, what? I'm like completely caught off guard. I'm like, this is wild. Like, why did you just marry me if you want, with other guys? I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this. Was your first thought that your man was gay?
No, it wasn't. Not at all. My thought was he didn't want to be with me, but then he didn't want to be the one to end it. He wanted me to do something bad to end the relationship. So I thought, why in the world would you fucking marry me? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
But see, the thing about it is, that's part of the reason why men are scared to tell women shit like this, because they don't want to be shamed, especially by
Yeah.
their wife, especially the person that they married. And I would think that my wife, I should be able to be open to tell her my deepest, darkest secrets. And two, on top of that, I mean, I get, okay, hold on. I get if he said another woman. He said, watch you get fucked by a dude.
Yes, absolutely. Because again, right, the whole girl thing, I feel like that's, that's the usual thing to expect. But no, for him to say like another man, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was completely blown away. I mean, like I said, it completely caught me off guard, and I had no idea this even existed. And so it was, it was definitely something I had to work through. And we started having conversations about that. And I'm like, oh man, you're like, seems like you really want this, but I was still very hesitant. Honestly, it took quite some time for me to really be like, all right, fine, like, I guess let's try it. You know what I mean? Like, let's give it a go. But I 100% thought there was some agenda behind it, like
Yeah,
trying to make me be the one to mess up. Because prior to hearing like this statement and researching and figuring out about this whole world, I was very like, you go to school, you get married, you have babies, you get a house, you have the white picket fence, you do all the things. And so this is like completely extreme, but absolutely completely fitting for me. So like it was a whole thing.
see, and with that being said, welcome, smokers. It's time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. I like the way how I do that. I like to start conversation first to get them warmed up before I talk to them. Y'all know who I am. I'm Cameron Auburn Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. They'll tell you about these sponsors that love our podcast, and we love them too. First off, eroticismmagazine.com. Go get the mag, it's hot. Blusherotica.com, award-winning, award-nominated, and even got voiceover with smut. You feel me? Also, check out Past That Apparel on TeePublic. Great t-shirt designs for you and your 420 in you. Check them out on TeePublic at Past That Inhalation Partners, and hit the link in the description. That's a referral link. Give you some nice discounts and everything. Also, what kind of smoke you like? I got the best kind for you. Smokekind.com, the king of THCA. Hit the referral link in the description to get wonderful discounts, and they got sales on their cannabis. And we're talking about edibles. We're talking about single roll. We talk about vapes. We're even talking about the actual weed itself. And it is mailed to your front door. Legal cannabis. Also, for your aches and pains like a dude like me that just turned 50, you know who you need to holler at. You need to holler at the sexy Sarah J. Check out Sarah J's CBD.com. She got bath bombs, she got cream, and even for the sex, she even got lube. CBD, great for your body, self-care, and everything else. Hit the link in the description, and remember to use the promo code, capital letters, BOBBIE, Bobby, to get 10% off of your order. Also, you can find me 5 days out of the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com. Also, sgpradio.com, as well as skyhawk.tv.com. Now, when I first saw this sexy ass gorgeous thing here, I was like, I got to have her on the show. She is the epitome of a sexy, hot wife. The body is bodying. And don't let the smile fool you. She's a nasty ass slut, man. She's a nasty
I
slut.
am.
I can't wait to get the premium smoke so we can show y'all some of her work and she can show off that beautiful body of hers. You see the smile, you see the sex appeal. She's superb. She's built to last and bent and trained to go. And I'm going to shut up and let this sexy, hot wife introduce herself. Tell them who you are, baby.
Well, thank you so much. I am Brianna Brooks, and yes, absolutely a hot wife since 2009. I am a naughty, dirty slut, so I am super happy to be here. Definitely looking forward to the after dark because, like to show off. But for now, we got the little crop top.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, people. I have to bring them on the smokers line before I bring them on the premium smoke room. They
Yes,
have to
yes.
request to go to premium smoke room first, and very few have done that. So, but don't worry, we're gonna get to see that. We're gonna
Well, I
cut
look forward to that.
that. So, for you, because like you say, it took a while for you to get with it on the swinging tip and everything. And let's talk about the first experience when you finally
Sure.
jumped out there. Tell us about the experience when you first jumped out there.
Sure. So there's kind of like even a crazy story behind that, on top of just becoming a hot wife, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there was a guy that, me and my husband being high school sweethearts, you're young, you're going out, you're off and on, you break up every day, you get back together, all the things, right? So there was a time frame pre-marriage and everything that we were on a break and I started dating somebody at work. So my
Mm-hmm.
old job, the whole office like
Yeah.
thing, it's so hot. I love that. So started dating this guy. Amazing sex. I mean, like beyond amazing sex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was telling my husband about that, like, because we still communicated, and I'm like, okay, this is like really good. It was weird. He wanted to hear about it. So
Yeah.
connecting dots backwards, I realized, oh, he was like into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that guy happened to be our first experience. So
Mm.
it's kind of crazy, honestly. So I really was into this guy. We had a lot of sexual chemistry, really fun. Obviously we broke up. I got back with my husband, and like my husband's my soulmate. He is my guy.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about these like sexual experiences with this other guy, he's like, I want to see it. So after he breaks this whole like thing to me that he wants to see me with another guy, it's not just any guy. He wants him to see me with that guy. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, so it's just like that
I like
extra.
a husband. I like the dude.
He's a good man. So for me, I'm like, okay, this is a whole nother layer of crazy. I'm like, not only do you want me to be with somebody else, you want me to be with that guy? Like, that's crazy. But I actually messaged him. I'm like, you know what? Finally, when I came to terms with all this, I'm like feeling shit's gonna go bad either way. Why not fucking try it, right? Like,
Well, why do
I
women? Why do women think the worst? Y'all think the worst quick. It's just like, oh, but go ahead, babe.
Yeah, no, I am all about like try anything once, sometimes twice. And so this one, took a little while to get on board, but I was like, all right, fuck it, let's do this thing. So I reached out to the guy and I'm like, hey, how have you been?
Mm-hmm.
Funny question, random question. Would you be down to like, come over and hang out and then like have sex with me while my husband watches? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, okay.
Oh shit! So I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you think that he was gonna jump that fast?
No, like he was totally down. And I'm like, I mean, he was like, are you sure? Like kind of like this is weird, but like, yes.
Yeah, it had to be some type of wait a second. Are you sure about this? Because
No, like, is this a trap? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many, I feel like, thoughts that go through your mind when you're like having these conversations. But yeah, he was totally down, and literally, he was the very first one that we experienced the lifestyle with. So it was, it's a pretty crazy story, I feel like.
and for you, how surreal was it that one he enjoyed it, not just encouraged it, but he truly enjoyed it. You get what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because I know the first time you word is he gonna be mad? Is he gonna be
exactly.
jealous? Do I need to hold back a little bit?
Exactly. And so those were all those fears, but literally looking at him and seeing the pure, like, just pleasure and awe and like this is actually happening was amazing. So I mean it literally like proved okay, he's into this and it was pretty hot. So why not just keep going down that road?
So of course y'all started dibble dabbling more into the swinging lifestyle and everything. and we'll get to the point in a second, people. But
Sure.
with you, because of course, like I said, when you deal in the lifestyle, it's a lot of norms, a lot of things that we were taught that we have to break ourselves of. So what's some of the stigmas that you had to break yourself of being married and dealing with people outside the marriage, even though it's technically legal, people, if you're married, because
Yep.
it's
Consent.
technically legal. I don't know why church people want to be so sexually suppressed, but I digress. You know what I'm saying? But you get the drift.
Absolutely. And so honestly, that was like a huge piece for us. I feel like me and my husband were so strong on the same page, and communication is the absolute foundation for any of this. You have to fully trust each other, fully honestly communicate. So I feel like any of the outsiders, it's none of their business, right? So that's the number one thing. It's none of their business. We don't go around blasting like, hey, we do this, you know. If someone finds out, then okay, let's have that conversation. But we're not like just, you know, putting it out there. I my biggest thing is I feel like we're not doing anything to harm anybody. It's for our own marriage, our own pleasure, our own choices. So why should we be judged on that? That is my like biggest thing with.
See, the problem is people think monogamy is supposed to be physical. It's mental.
Yes.
We as humans, I hate to say it, we supposed to fuck other humans other than our husbands, because think about nature. You at work, you see this hot ass dude, you can't say and tell me, damn, I wouldn't mind fucking him. And this is the vanilla chicks.
Yes. Exactly.
You feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You know,
Yes.
how many times vanilla chicks think of fucking a work buddy that ain't their husband, or having a threesome with the work buddy and the husband,
Right.
or a gangbang. I mean,
Exactly.
y'all nasty freaks in y'all head. Y'all just don't want to admit it.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I say that all the time too, because I feel like we all have the thoughts, and, you know, some are just fantasies for people, and that's cool. I feel like to each their own, whatever works for you, do you. Like I am a huge advocate for that, where like, don't mess with me and my choices. I'm not trying to force you to go out and do all that. You know, like it's my choice. It makes me happy. It makes our marriage happy. Um, so I think that that is the biggest thing is we're all thinking, you know, dirty things all the time. It's whether you are somebody that wants to actually act on them or not, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So now, as I told people, swinging is the gateway to porn. So how did swinging turn into you doing a porn career and blossoming porn career at that?
Yes. So, okay. I like attention. So, and actually, let me rephrase. Bree likes attention. I love being watched. And so getting into the lifestyle and having my husband watch me and see the pure pleasure on his face. And then I'm pleasing this guy too. So you're seeing that pleasure. I'm like, oh, I like this. I like being watched. So it opened up this whole other like kink for me of wanting to be watched. So I'm like, I also like money, right? I feel like a lot of people do. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe there's this streaming stuff, right? So I started doing like online streaming. I'm like, I'm at home, I can make a couple bucks. So I actually started doing like streaming. It was StreamMate back in the day. Um, Loved it. I was getting the attention, they were paying for my attention and all of that. So that is what segued actually into porn. So
So was
one of
you
the
fucking
fun
on the live stream, or you was just doing
no,
solo?
just solo. So
Okay.
all my live stuff was just solo with toys and stuff. But I loved being watched. So I'm like, why not fuck somebody on camera for money? You know what I mean? Like, why not? And my husband and I, like, we're very much like, we just kind of go with it. We're like, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it. So, so I'm like, well, why not do porn, babe? You know? And he's like,
Yeah.
So we kind of like obviously talked about what could go wrong. We're like, well, fuck it. If everybody finds out, they find out. It is what it is. Let's do it. Let's have fun. So then I got into porn. So it was the most awesome thing ever. I absolutely loved mainstream. When I was in, I felt like I had such great experiences, and seeing myself on the websites and, you know, just the quality of the picture that they're doing is just amazing. So getting to watch myself, on screen with like these huge porn stars, I'm like, hell yeah, this is so cool.
So now, okay, so when you started doing porn, did you film yourself at first with somebody, or did you work with a company, or went through trying to find a company? What was your first steps?
So the very first one, I actually reached out on my own. I like went to their website and messaged and was like, "Hey, I want to like shoot for you guys. How does that work? What do I do?" And
What site was this? When you
it
say
was
site,
it was Reality Kings. So I messaged Reality
whoa,
Kings.
whoa, God, wait a second, wait a second, hold on, people, that's it. Yeah, I knew you was bad, but damn. Okay, go ahead, continue. You messaged the Reality King.
Yeah, so I messaged Reality Kings and whoever I talked to back in the day, they're like, yeah, send me your information. We were chatting back and forth. They're like, okay, you're cool with all this. Like, yep, okay. So then they wanted to meet me in person because they always like want to see, what you're working with. So
Yeah,
I remember me and my husband drove down to LA and I had the meeting with whoever it was at Reality Kings, and they're like, all right, yep, we'll go ahead. So I booked my very own first like legit mainstream scene. I was so nervous. So my very first one, honestly, like I to this day have never seen the full thing. I just have kind of like looked through like I like different angles and stuff, but I was so nervous. As you can imagine, being
yeah,
on this huge name platform and like never experiencing any of this before. So it was definitely like, I don't know if it was good or not on the the outtake, but I mean, I did enjoy it. I just was like so nervous.
yeah. Because you didn't just. What year was this?
God, I want to say it was around 2012, maybe 2011, 2011,
Oh,
2012, I
okay,
think.
okay. Yeah, because I was like, because you went to Reality King, so that means it was early. Like, shit, that means you got to be in 2 years after I did.
Oh my God, look, that's funny. We crossed paths.
Yeah. So for you, because like I said, you jumped dead into, and it was different back then. Because it
Yes.
was like speak to like how it was on set. Of course, y'all did the pretty girl pictures and being directed. You
I
being directed
loved
on the
it.
scene.
Yes, I absolutely loved it. It was such a cool experience. Like, I'm a huge fan of taking pictures. So, to get like all of these pretty girl pictures, I loved starting that way with your hair all done, your makeup, everything. Um, and then, like with the talent, to getting those pictures, you go into that. Because I'm naturally submissive, I feel like I fit really well in the mainstream role because they're just like, okay, do
Yeah.
this, do this, do this. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. And we go through it. I naturally love sex. And so it's like, hey, I'm getting paid to have amazing sex and I get these amazing pictures and everything. Like, it's such an experience. So I definitely liked being directed.
Mm. So of course, as a Reality Kings, because if you got the Reality Kings, then like I said, once you hit AVN status, everybody wants you. So you start getting shoots with many of the other top companies that's of the level of Reality Kings, what have you. Was you taken back by the fact that you started to pop off, get a lot of
So
shoots, get a lot of bookings? You know what I'm saying?
I
Especially with
actually
companies of that level.
Sure. So actually, I did not continue getting my own bookings.
Mhm.
That first one, like to my understanding, everything went great and it was fine. But because I was so nervous, I kind of was like, I don't know, like, and so I was very hesitant. I don't know what the time frame is. I don't think it was too long, but the other companies weren't like writing me back. So I
Okay.
was trying other companies direct and it wasn't working the same as Reality King. So I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
well, I do want to do this. So let's find an agent. So then I started talking to different agents, and like I had a meeting with a couple of them, and I landed with Ideal Image.
Okay.
They worked for me. I feel like it was a good experience using them.
Mhm.
And so then they started getting me in with Brazzers, Naughty America, all the
Yeah.
big names. So it
But
was great.
even with that though, because you have girls on their roster that don't get a lot of work. It seemed like you was one that stayed working.
Yes. So, and get this, this is the crazy part. I still was holding a full-time job. I just was kind of doing it when I could. They were telling me like, "Oh, we have all these shoots, and I'm like, "I can't do all this because I still have my job." Hindsight, there's so many choices, right? I would not change where I am today
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have my family and all of that. But I really feel like I missed the boat for Brianna Brooks back in the day because I think it would have been really, really good.
Well, I mean, how can I put this? It's kind of like the key. Like put it this way: the fact that one, you was hot back then, and you really couldn't chase it is a testament. Period. Think about how many people from back then is now coming back. And
Sure.
it's like they done got hot, especially it's in a better era because y'all have more control over y'all business and how you move and how you work, period. So, I mean, could you it popped off, but I believe that it hits when it hits, and when it hits, it doesn't matter as long as it hits. You get me?
Yes. I'm still waiting for it to hit.
I mean, because think about it, you were still getting work regardless, so you were still being seen. But
Yes.
but at this time, you wasn't doing content or putting out your own.
Right.
Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah. I only just did mainstream stuff on the side, and that was it.
So now, when did it's time for Brianna Brooks to build the brand? Brianna Brooks.
So I feel like I really like I've always loved like my name, my brand, what I'm about. I'm positive. I like to put positivity out there. Um, I feel like though the last 2 years is really when I had quit my corporate job 2 years ago, and I'm just pushing the shit out of it. Like I'm trying my best to, support the industry, support other creators, and
Mm-hmm.
and just really put my stuff out there. I love creating. Creating is just it's in my soul. I love to create. So it's really been fun to be in charge of creating my own things, my own schedule, who I want to shoot with, when I want to put out my, video or pictures or whatever. So I really like having that control. It's just the biggest thing is really getting it out there that, hey, come see me, because when they do, they stick around and they like it. It's just a matter of like getting the eyes on me. It's way different when you're on your own platform versus browsers.
Yeah. But see, the thing about it is, with this, because it seemed like you took what you learned from browsers and you applied it to your own.
Yes,
The professional look,
100%.
shoot, and the whole nine. So for you, when it came to now, I have to pick guys that I have to work with. How do you go about picking the guys other than I wouldn't mind fucking?
So I am very much like vibe based. Like I have to generally like your personality and feel like you are a good person, basically. So I am not, I feel like I'm a little bit different where I'm not like truly not look based. I like obviously you can't be tiny. That's not what we're looking for unless you go down that, kink. Um so I feel like you have to be able to have sex. You have to give me a good time, and you have to be able to allow us to film that good time. What I say to most anybody that I'm meeting for the first time, I'm like, look, my biggest thing is I want to have good sex, but let's just try and capture that. But I don't want to be so like, okay, let's do this and that. Like, so that is a difference in my content now is I
Yeah.
truly just want to have a good time. But then me having a good time, it shows on film because I love what I do.
Yeah, because the thing is, you got to be able to balance the porn with the sex per se. Because you
Yes.
still got to be able to work the camera, move,
Yes.
do different positions and stuff of that nature, what have you. Yes, we be sore afterwards, especially if it's a good scene.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
Exactly.
see you supposed to be sore. So with you, like, how often do you film for your scenes?
So generally, it kind of varies based on like my testing schedule. Every 2 weeks,
Mhm.
I'm getting that new test. Now, if I'm going to be off for a week or two, then I'm not filming until I get that new test. So generally, though, when I get that test, I'm like, all right, let's try and get some things on the books. I feel like a good average is probably like 2 to 3 times a week during that testing window. And then I do like a ton of solo stuff as well. But I try to do 2 to 3 times a week if possible, if it all works out, to make the most of the testing window.
Oh my god! And how turned on do you do? Because since you enjoy being watched, how turned on do you be when you do your solos?
So I enjoy doing my solos. So I doing any of my editing, because I do it all. When I'm editing like either my solo stuff or the triple X, I really enjoy it because I get to watch me doing my thing and seeing the happiness. I'm
Yeah.
very happy.
Oh, for sure. Because I know people don't realize solos is not as easy to film. People think they are, they're not. And you got to stay
I love
motivated.
it. So it's taken me a long time, a lot of, videos that maybe did not turn out that good, but I actually really enjoy doing the
Mhm.
solo stuff. Now, I wouldn't necessarily want to just do solo, right? But yeah, I really like doing solo because the positive I see from the solo is like I truly, truly am in control where I'm like, oh, you know what? You want to try this with the dildo or whatever? And then I try it and I look at it and I'm like, okay, good or no.
So, yes. So now let's have the fun questions. Do we do anal?
No. I honestly, so I say this a lot. I love the idea of anal. I think it's so hot, and I'm telling
She
I
said she
have
loved
the
the idea.
ass. I love the idea of it. Like I feel like I have the perfect ass for it. Like to do DP and all of that. I want to, but it just doesn't feel good. So like my limit is like this little butt plug that I use, and that's about the anal you get.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, not everybody built to take it in the ass. I'm just saying.
So I think I'm just too uptight. I'm like, it starts like getting there, and I'm like, no, no, and I tense up, and like,
And two, I
I
think you gotta have to like it. It's to do it just to do it. It ain't gonna turn out good on camera.
yes, and
Period.
I don't
Because
want
it's
that
gotta get
film.
perfect.
It's bad.
Yeah, because we don't need nobody looking like a deer caught head. Like,
No, that would not be good. Not a good look.
so are we looking to do a game bang in your career?
So I did one last year. It was for my birthday. So it was
Okay.
actually last August. It was my very first one and still my only one. It was good. I really, really liked it, and I would totally be down to do another one.
And how many guys was in this one?
It was four. So four guys for my birthday.
I
I
got
was
applaud.
wrecked. I
People
was
don't realize that
wrecked.
it's hard to get a goddamn game bang together.
I was wrecked for like a solid week.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and I mean, but for you, how does it feel? What the orgasm, what you get out of it, the subspace, all that when it comes to
So
game.
honestly, for me, I was really excited because it was a first, and the guys that were a part of it were really, really awesome. The flow I felt like was really good. I think it was such a high for me knowing like, wow, I am literally like doing this right now. And so I really, you have to allow yourself to relax and just like, go with the flow
Mhm.
because there's so much going on. Um, I liked it a lot. I think it would not be a regular thing for me because I feel like
Mhm.
the soreness afterwards the next
Yeah.
day was a lot. But I feel like also the more you do it, the more like probably comfortable and used to, you get. But I thought it was very
And
hot.
plus, you look like you can go. So
I try. Oh my God. Sometimes, I mean, like actually just the shoot I did yesterday, I was so hot and sweaty afterwards. It was a mess, but I'm like, you know what? It was good fucking sex.
yeah, no, I love the sweaty, sloppy. Her hair's completely soaked with spit from blowjob sex. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, I love that too because it's so like just real and dirty. Like it's not all like pretty and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I love that.
Oh, we want
Eyelashes
to see
flying
the dick in
off.
the- No, she's pretty with a dick in the mouth. We happy. That what counts. Oh my
Yes,
god.
exactly. Exactly. That's funny.
So when it with you starting back in the day, because actually it's funny, silly me thinking that she was a rookie or a newbie. Oh damn, I need to work on my research.
Surprise.
um, for you actually seen the maturation of the porn business as much as I have to a certain extent, and
Hmm.
what have you. And for you, the biggest one is one, the fans want older women, and they don't give a fuck if they married. They want them married. Versus when you came in, they didn't want people to even know you were dating.
Right.
Speak to that.
Yes. Absolutely. I
And they wanted
completely
them
agree.
18 and 19, but I digress. But go ahead.
No, I completely agree. And it was so funny because going into it, they had put me in the MILF category because I was curvy. And, even though like I had not had kids at that time, it was so funny. Like being so new to everything, literally when they marked me as MILF, I was like, wait, no, I don't have kids. They're like, no, you're in the MILF category. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And I actually back then was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know that I want to be a MILF. But now, oh my God, I mean, it is the embodiment of me. Like I am so MILF like all day.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the two genres that make the most money is interracial and anything in the male category, from the stepmom and stuff like that. So for you, how much do you lean when it comes to your scenes and storytelling part of your scenes? Do you lean into the MILF and the fact that you are older? Because like I said, that's what's crazy is that you didn't see too much of that back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. It is so different now where MILF is 100% like, it is fire. So, I feel like my customs and my solos, I'm very vocal in storytelling and talking about things. So, like, I'm super down for like the whole mommy stuff, stepmom stuff, MILF for sure. So, I fully lean into all of that. It's very natural. I think I align with it. I think it's sexy. And so I'm very big on if I don't feel like it's going to come across natural, then I'm not going to do it. So like if I get requests for certain things, I love to explore different kinks and different things. But if I really feel like I can't put it on film the right way, then I just let them know like, sorry, this one's not going to be for me just because I'm very proud of what I do. And so I only want to put out, like good content.
Yeah, because they were seeing you on browsers and Reality Kings, regardless if she was younger or not. Got I was always taught they need to see you the way that they saw you at the beginning per se.
Exactly. I think it's definitely I've grown so much into my role into Brianna Brooks and just like the whole MILF space and just the confidence. So, you know, back when I was doing the mainstream, like obviously I loved it and I felt great and it was good, but I really now like fully like embody who I am. And so it's a different level of being
Mm-hmm.
comfortable on film.
Yeah, because and two, also you have ownership of your stuff versus when you was doing those shoots. Yeah, you was getting paid, but you wasn't walking away with the content, and they continue to
Right.
make money. Because I remember Cherokee Dash talked about it. Many ladies from that era talked about that and everything. And so now also on the testing end, she came from two eras of testing. So how crazy is this era for you?
I know it is. Oh my gosh. I mean, like it's just it really is a different time now, and you just evolve and adjust, and you go with the flow. And I very much just go with the flow. They tell you the rules and you go with it.
Oh yeah, and two also, compared to back then, y'all have more ways to make money in the industry because you was speaking about customs. You do the live shows with Sammy and everything. So for you, like, how much do you tap into those other areas? And on top of that, how do you balance it?
So for me, it really like my biggest challenge because I love to offer all of those things. I love to do customs. I love to go live. I love to do sexting, video calls, all the things. I feel like the two challenges that I run into are number one, I think a lot of people can have a bad experience, and so then they might be hesitant to trust, like, oh, is it really you? Are you really going to do what you're saying? And it's like, man, you came to my page. Like, yes, I'm going to, but I understand sometimes they have bad experiences elsewhere.
Mhm.
And so I think it's trying to get the end user's trust, to be like,
Mhm.
hey, like, trust me, we're gonna have a good time. Just, you gotta go give me a shot.
Mhm.
um so it's just getting the eyes in front of people, and I honestly, my mind gets blown a lot of the time because I feel I'm very, very consistent on talking about what I offer, on the
Mhm.
platforms. Like, I'll message, like, send messages, I'll put posts, I do stories, and somebody will be like, oh, you do customs? I'm like, where have you been? Like, I
Yeah.
talk about customs all the time. So it's a balance of, I don't want to, like, annoy people on there with, like, hey, text me this and that, but a lot of them somehow don't see it, and so then if they don't know that I do that, then they don't know.
Yeah, because the thing about it is that this era enabled ladies to actually build a brand which has goods and services, and that you're not so dependent upon the content. The content kind of helps sales everything else and everything. So, um, for you, compared, because you made mention of this, because on the confidence level or what have you, how good does it feel that, or how much more confident you feel in this era than you did the previous era when you came in as a woman sexually and all this good stuff?
I love where I am today and the journey that I've been through. I really, I am such an advocate for others. Like, love yourself, love who you are today. If you want to work on something, great, do you, but, like, love who you are. I really have struggled through the years of always feeling like I can do better, I can do this, I can work on this. And,
Mhm.
like, there was a lot of, like self what's the word, like, just being mean to
Self-reflection.
myself, like saying mean things to myself, and
Yeah.
it took a lot of work, and it still pops in now and then. But ultimately, I'll look back on pictures and I'm like, oh my god, why did I think I looked terrible? I wish I looked like that now. So it's like, okay, move
Well,
on.
I want you to speak to this. And I think the hardest thing that a lot of you women have to accept is becoming a sex symbol,
Yes.
being lusted for. Even though women want it, is when it actually happens. It's kind of it's a lot for y'all to take in.
Sure. I mean, I do agree, and I feel like it's really so much, like, self-work that you have to do to just be better, to be more, loving to yourself, would be more confident. I do feel like on the outside, I think it's pretty crazy that, like, I have sex on camera, and I let it all hang out, and I love what I do, but in my regular world, I'm very, like, don't look at me, I'm very introverted, I am very shy, I am closed off, like, I am a whole nother person. Like, Bree is like my fun extrovert side.
Yeah, because it's what porn enables us to do is one, give us grace of sexual discovery. because I'm talking to a lot of ladies that did their first through porn. You know what I'm saying? And two was all they were already doing it. They just got the opportunity to do more of it. And it also people don't speak to the empowerment of it for women. You know, period. Not just financially, but just emotionally and mentally. Because
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, how can I put this? Knowing that people not only enjoy watching you fuck, but also enjoy you as a person.
Yes, 100%. So I am such a believer in like number one, just be a good person, right? But the
Yeah.
sexual discovery, I feel like is a huge piece of like my journey because I was very, like I said, I'm naturally an introvert, right? But the dirty thoughts are still there. So, telling myself like, oh, why am I thinking about, this or whatever. But then truly like diving into the deep end of what I have done in my life, I am so happy that I've allowed myself to truly blossom and become myself because like I was in there, but the whole fear of judgment, fear of all of that, losing loved ones, of like they judge me now, I don't want to be a part of your life. Well, I came to a confidence level where, hey, I'm happy doing me and my husband are on the same page, my family, we're good. So basically, sorry. Sorry.
I
Bye.
told you, when you get to a certain age, a gene kicks in. It's called I don't give a fuck what you think gene.
Absolutely, and
And
that
see,
is strong.
that's why the companies are going older. They're booking older women because they don't have to deal with the young girl shit. Because
Yes.
when you hear the videos of girls being bitter, it's young girls that are bitter at the industry. I've not yet to hear a woman 35 plus say talking about some porn destroyed my life. I can't get a man. I can't live. And, man, I feel shamed. And I
Yes.
suck dicks.
I put too many dicks in my mouth.
You know what I'm saying? That they're worried about body counts and
Oh, man, I feel for them because that's not what all of this should do. This should build confidence. You should feel good about yourself and what you're doing. And if you don't, then this is definitely not for you. And that is always like my my two biggest things that I always say, like if someone's thinking about wanting to do it, it's like, okay, you have to truly think about the repercussions, like once it's out there, it never goes away. And I know that and I've known that. And so for me, I really truly did, me and my husband were like, fuck it, man. If somebody finds out, we'll deal with it and it is what it is. We never wanted to get fired from our jobs or anything, but even at that, we're like, fuck, we'll figure it out because that's what we do.
I
That's
mean, but
really
the
what
way
we
I
do.
look at it is, she's doing pretty decently well, for what I can see. So that's all I'm going to say.
Well, so actually, and this is like such, I feel like a stigma. I'm not making my bills. Like the money flow is truly not there. But I don't sit there and talk about all that because nobody wants to hear about like, oh shit, like that's crappy. Like, how's that?
No, but see,
Everything.
it's the truth because this is what people don't take into account. Your shit you're a salesman. Your shit is based off of sales,
Yeah.
subscribers. That's why when people talk followers, I don't want to hear that shit. How many subscribers you got? And two, on top of that, I'm here because they know I keep it real on the show. The money don't always hit at the same time.
No, it does not.
This shit probably it'll pop off like at the beginning of the month. Then about 2 weeks, you waiting for the other check coming. 2 weeks, bill coming. Yeah. So no, people don't realize it's a business. It's ongoing.
It is.
Because you can't. It's a reason why you do the customs, you do the live shows, you film the whole nine because that's
Yeah,
part of being a part of the business. And the business takes time. You know what I'm saying? I
it
mean, shit.
does. And so I came from the business world, and, I was in a high up position. Ran like a large branch of whatever.
Mhm.
I understand the business sense. And so literally I've taken all those years and applied it to what I'm doing. So I
Yeah.
am very like business like and
Mhm.
professional on my pages. And a lot of the fans are like, oh, that's surprising. You're actually like giving me, details. I'm like, oh, it's because it's a business, like I love what I do, but it is a business. Um, One thing I want to add to like the money flow, because it does take time to build up and get your name out there and get the eyes. Everything that me and my husband have worked for, like the house that we're in, where we are, literally we are risking all of this for me to do this. So
Mhm.
everything we have built up literally came from the corporate world, and I
Mhm.
love what I do, and he trusts in me, and he's like, all right, you think you can do it? And I'm like, I think so. So 2 years later, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know, but I still believe in myself. So I just keep on going.
But see, the thing about it is that, like I said, it's a process. It just like when there's good months, there are bad months. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? You know, and two, also paying attention to the numbers and being consistent. So it's
Yes.
kind of like, and also your marketing, because like I said, if you look like money, they're going to spend money. Period. So it's kind of like, and I mean, you're putting yourself out there. I mean, to me, I think you're on the right path.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I get so many, like, I really like the feedback that I get and the messages. Like, you don't know how many times, like, I will be having like a challenging day, things aren't going right, and someone will message and be like, you know what, you're really doing great out of nowhere, not knowing that I'm having like, a bad time. And it literally brightens me up to be like, all right, keep going, keep going. Like, because this is my passion, I don't want to give up. And I my gut tells me it's going to work at some point. So I just keep going.
Well, see, the thing about it is, speaking to a person that's retired, I can say I do make money in my sleep, and my scenes still make money, and I ain't film shit.
That's
Now,
awesome.
now, would I ever come out of retirement? Maybe one day, if the right opportunity come along. It's a list. It's a list. It's a list of ladies that I'm like, oh yeah,
Sure. You're like, all right, I'm coming out.
you know what I'm saying? Oh
I
my
love
goodness.
that.
So I done held this gorgeous lady up here for an hour, and we ain't even touched the surface. So smokers, I got to ask this gorgeous woman the $1,000,000 question. Miss Brooks, can I call
Yes.
you a smoke buddy?
Yes, absolutely.
So people,
Absolutely.
y'all heard it. She'll be back here on the Smokes Lounge. And for my premium smokers, she will be coming to the premium smoke room, the place on loyal fans. That's right, loyal fans.
Awesome.
Where the conversation gets saucy, the ticks pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what pop off unless you subscribe. I'm talking about 4 wonderful podcasts for you to enjoy. Plus, I opened up the VIP smoke room. I even open it up on X from time to time, people. And yeah, we really chop it up, and the girls have a good time out this piece. And I got special stuff coming. Trust and believe. I even got some content house stuff, all that shit. Yeah. But anyway, on top of that, you can also see my work in the Triple X video store, where I'm giving ladies the work, because big dicks growing the sticks. That's why they call me Big Country. Also on Spotify, I have a member section as well, because I can't get ad revenue. Fuck you, Spotify. Anyway, but I can still get the members, so go ahead and subscribe over there, where I have had the smoke on it, where I give my unapologetic, probably unpopular, probably controversial opinion and commentary on certain subjects, no telling what it may be, as well as savage smoke, as I talk to the industries, top male talents and producers, as we give you that real smoke from a male's perspective about the industry. So whether it's premium smoke, you had the smoke on it, or you want some savage smoke, either way, subscribe to the smoke, and it's worth it. So Miss Brooks, can you tell everybody where they can find your sexy ass and spend money on you?
Absolutely. So honestly, I'm on like literally all the platforms. I love OnlyFans, so you can find me there. It's Brianna Brooks XX. Social media, Twitter is Bri Brooks, BRI Brooks XXX. I feel like those are the main things. I am on OnlyFans as well. That has been an awesome platform. So I think I'm just Brianna Brooks on there. So honestly, if you Google Brianna Brooks, you'll find me. Except for Instagram. Fuck Instagram. I just got banned on there, so not
Oh,
there.
say no more. So, smokers, what did you smoke over? What did you learn? You know, this is a little segment, you know, to tell them what they need to learn. Because I like people to learn something as we entertain them. And first thing you learn, we do this business because we want to. This
100%.
woman left corporate America. She's not the only person. There's people that then left being corporate America. Left, got there being a lawyer. Yeah, to do this business. Why? Because they want to be free. They want to be able to not fire themselves and have more control over what happens to them. Is it an easy decision? No, it's a hard one. It's going to take work because it's no different if they were opening a nail salon. It's no different if they're opening a restaurant. You have to build your clientele. You have to market. You have to spend money to market. You have to spend money to make money in this business. Once again, a business. But the main thing is you have to be able to handle when shit goes left. See, where the girls mess up at 3 months, the first month is good. Second month is good. Third month, it drops.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you hit the wall and do I need to keep doing this? Did I make a mistake? This. Because you can't, because a lot of these ladies and gents walk into this business thinking it's easy. All it is, yeah, I'm going to suck this dick, throw it up on OnlyFans. You know, motherfuckers going to eat. We going to eat tonight. No.
Absolutely. Not at all.
No. It takes more work today. You got to create a package that's going to make the fans invest in you emotionally, and then in turn they will invest financially. See, you
Absolutely.
got to create a base. See, that's what people don't understand about this business. The bigger your base is, the more money you make because it's not about the new subscribers. It's about the motherfuckers that's sticking around.
100%.
You know,
I
period.
truly care. And that's the thing is going back to literally your first point, like you have to love what you do. And I do. And I love building these connections with these fans. And it's amazing what can come and these relationships and amazing people. Amazing people.
Yeah. So, and that's what it comes down to because you're a pseudo celebrity, you a pseudo star. And whether you shaking your ass butt naked in the shower, whether you are using a fuck machine or using or shoving a dildo in thy coochie, whether you are pegging some poor fella because he really wanted to feel a 12-inch dildo in his ass, or you're doing a gangbang, either way, it's fucking porn.
Yep. Absolutely. It
It's
really is. It really
it's
is.
it's porn. We called solo soft porn back in the day.
Sure. I mean,
Man,
it's true. You're putting yourself out there. You're doing a sexual act and you are putting it out there for others to view. I mean, that's absolutely what it is.
yes. So that's what it comes down to. So in order to make money in this business, you have to love it and want to do it. The
Yes.
good, the bad, the ugly, or the indifferent. So
Yes.
with that being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day, people. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Miss Brooks.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you did, take something away and always stay positive.
We out.